Alright, so I guess yesterday was Alien Day, the Alien xenomorph, and I'm a huge old fan. I have most of the movies. I've seen them all, up until this new one that's coming out pretty soon, which I'm excited for, man. It's gonna be cool as hell. Oh yeah, Alien Day. So let me show you real quick. Got a couple of been collecting these over the years. Don't speak to me or my son ever again. Anyways, just a little bit of fun there. But yeah, so yeah, that's the alien xenomorph. That's the big chap from part one. This is like a version of the warrior from part two. In honor of today's cool holiday or whatever, as I'm not really a holiday guy, or yesterday's holiday, see. I got a little story, man. Like I said, I'm a huge fan of this whole franchise, Aliens and Predators and all that stuff. So much so that I played that game, Aliens Colonial Marines, so much that I started having dreams that I was in the game. So yeah, probably had a good idea to cut down after that. But here, I'm gonna crack open a brewski. Beerooski. And I'm going to tell you my cool story idea that I have for a. Oh, by the way, this is Pop Gun Pilsner. It's pretty good. I got it at a liquor store. Thought it had a cool looking box, so I got it. And it tastes good, luckily. Sometimes I get screwed. Anyways, I had this cool idea for a sort of a sequel or just a story that's sort of somewhere in between Aliens and Alien 3 or whatever. And I know the video game Aliens Colonial Marines was supposed to be that. It's technically considered canon storyline, but that doesn't matter. So yeah, basically, my kind of thing is I got really attached to all those characters. Hudson, Vasquez, Drake, Apone, we're Spowski, And yeah, here they are. Of course, I have Hicks, Corporal Hicks, with his telltale shotgun here. I got Hudson, fucking freaking out, scared as shit, but as soon as he stops being scared, he starts killing a whole bunch of aliens, which is always a good thing. And then he dies. Spoiler alert. Anyways, yeah. So what I like to do is I like to try to keep dead characters in my head canon. These stories that I make up in my head after I see a movie or something like that, or like read a comic book. I always want to go a little bit further and make a sequel or like a prequel or whatever in my own head. And I don't like writing things down because that's overwhelming, so I'm just going to tell it on tape and kind of see how that goes. Anyways, yeah, sort of my idea, it's a loose idea. Mostly I just have like scenes in my head that I've sort of planned out. I don't really have like a full-on plot necessarily, but pretty much my idea is I wanted to have relatives of a couple of the characters. And if you ever read the Aliens comic books, Vasquez has a sister. The story is kind of cool, has its ups and downs, that whole story arc in the comics with Vasquez's sister. Definitely check it out if you get the chance. I, liked it, but I didn't really like the way it ended. But anyways, so yeah, keeping people alive, through their relatives. So yeah, in my story, of course, there is Vasquez's sister. And I also wanted to have Hudson have a sister because my idea for Hudson, I think the character is from Texas, right? So, and he's like sort of I don't want to say like a full-on, I mean, he's kind of a badass, but he's like a bad boy, sort of a kind of a smart-ass, and I figure he has like a rich, like a space billionaire dad, you know what I mean? And his dad was like, look, dude, before you get any of this space money, because we mine for space oil or whatever the fuck, I'm rich, Yeah, before you get your inheritance, man, you got to do a little tour. You know, you got to join the fucking Space Marines or the Colonial Marines or whatever. You got to earn your shit, man. You can't just be a rich kid and just get all this money from me when I die. Jeez, excuse me. Anyways, yeah, in my story, we have almost the whole Hudson family. So we have his dad, space billionaire, and I wanted to incorporate like a sister for him. You know what I mean? Hudson's sister. I don't have any names or anything like that, so we'll just call her Hudson Jr. or whatever. But yeah, they're pissed. They found out that their kid and a bunch of other people were killed because of weyland-yutani and their whole being irresponsible with aliens, xenomorphs, and stuff. Knowingly let those colonial marines walk into that trap and all that stuff, and Hudson got screwed. So these guys are pissed, right? And he's a space billionaire. So he decides, him and his daughter, oh, by the way, in my story too, his daughter did a stint, and she was like an officer, you know, she got out as a captain or a major or whatever, and so she's kind of helping Dad run the business at this point. So they're in on this together, they're both pissed, their brother and their son's dead, they know it's some shady business that led to it, you know, and so he's got all this money, so him and his daughter, who has combat and training and experience, they go out and hire, let's say they hire some mercenaries, you know, because they're like, they kind of have it out for Weyland-Yutani, big rich corporation. He's got a lot of money too, so it's a good sort of a, battle of the bucks, dollar bills. Yeah. So that's kind of the beginning of it, right? That's the whole, they're pissed, they want, some kind of revenge on weyland-yutani. They have a whole bunch of money, so they hire some mercenaries, okay? Now, again, I don't have the whole full story planned out. I don't have a beginning, middle, and end or anything like that. I'm still kind of figuring out how I want it to, ultimately end up. But like I said, I have some cool scenes and some cool ideas that I'd like to see. If I ever get to a point in my life where I can like produce a movie or something like that, sweet. Of course, everybody wants to do that, so we'll see. But yeah, so they do their thing. They get their mercs. Their mercs are badasses, of course. All veterans. Let's say some of them probably maybe even had some dealings with xenomorphs before. So they're kind of familiar with what's up. And this guy's rich, so he's able to get these guys all kinds of sweet gear. So they have like badass weaponry, on top of what they already have, And then he gets them like really tough, kind of acid-resistant armor and stuff like that. Not that they're fully fucking, it's not going to be a walk in the park or anything. It's resistant. It's not acid-proof. You know what I mean? So it'll melt away eventually, but you got some time to get away or whatever if you're getting attacked. So yeah. Some ambient sounds playing because I don't like having this. Right. Well, that's pretty good. Like I said, pop gun. Try it if you find it. Okay. Got their mercs, got their money, got their gear. So they go and they want to attack weyland-yutani, or they want to start hitting them up. Maybe they want to do like some guerrilla style type things. And keep in mind, they're not trying to get people, like Ripley and her crew, as an example. I know they're already dead. But yeah, like people like that, they're not trying to mess with. You know what I mean? Like the day-to-day workers, they're fine with. It's the real evil people at the top, and their armed guards, and the people that make the cutthroat decisions that end up costing colonists and soldiers and all those kinds of people their lives like unnecessarily. That's who they're kind of after, and they just want to topple the whole company, while they're at it. So I don't know. Maybe they go and there's like a satellite, a weyland-yutani satellite, and they show up, and let's say it's fucking already been taken over by xenomorphs. And, they have their first little battle, they get tested, their gear gets tested, they come out okay, yada, yada. They get some intel from the satellite, because obviously all the weyland-yutani people are dead, and weyland-yutani hasn't gotten there yet to clean it up or anything. So they get all that, and they get evidence against weyland-yutani and stuff. Then, they start getting chased, right? Weyland-Yutani's chasing them. By the way, they're in space, okay? So they have like a starship that they're flying around in. I don't want to say it's a Sulaco type thing because that's a Marine thing, and these people aren't Marines. So he has, they have their own little fleet. You know what I mean? They have a main starship, and maybe they have like one or two other ones that kind of tag along with it, kind of help with security and stuff like that. Anyways, they're leaving the satellite. They got what they needed. They killed some bugs, got their shit tested out, and now they're getting chased by Weyland-Yutani, right? So Weyland-Yutani's after them, yada, yada, yada. They fucking catch up, because wey-yu has, like, some pretty cool ships and everything, obviously. They catch up, and the wey-yu guys start, like, kind of invading their ship, and, of course, Weyland-Yutani has xenomorphs and eggs and facehuggers and stuff in their ship, you know what I mean? And they're thinking, hey, instead of sending our guys to just get killed, let's just fucking dump a bunch of eggs on the ship. And, of course, disaster strikes. They try that. Big old battle. Both the ships, are connected, you know what I mean, in space. You know how they kind of port together and they dock and they lock together. So that's happening. So everything's going back and forth, blah, 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 blah. They're fighting and all that kind of stuff. And people are getting killed by aliens. People are getting taken away and getting face huggers on them. These mercenaries are killing the wey-yu guys. wey-yu guys probably kill a couple of mercenaries. There's sick battles, definitely lots of use of the, I'd like to see people with, like, miniguns and stuff, like the minigun from Predator and Terminator 2. I'd like to see people with the, what do you call it, the fucking smart gun, the one that Vasquez and Drake had, that big-ass long thing that hooks onto your body. Definitely going to have people wearing that shit and fighting, because that's the kind of armaments they have in this universe. And pulse rifles and stuff, all that crap, dude. Everything from the movie that was cool. Make sure you get the sound right and everything, too, because it had, like, a real distinct sound when they fired. Anyways, already kind of in the area, because there's been stuff happening, like all the stuff that LV-426 and a couple other things. So they're making waves, you know what I mean, in space. And there's a Predator ship just cruising by on the way to a hunt, right? And so they're like, hey, wait a minute, we detected some activity. It looks like there's some heat here. There's some battles and stuff. So these Predators are like, hey, man, we're on the way to a hunt. Let's stop over, get some practice in, maybe get a couple kills, get a couple trophies before we get to our big, game that we're headed to in the first place. So the Predators show up, dude. They get there, they start spearing people, they start blasting with their shoulder blaster and stuff. They're doing pretty good. They're taking out some wey-yu guys. They're taking out a couple of the mercs, a few more. Because that's what they're predators. They predate. Or I guess they prey on people. Anyways, so they're doing that, right? Killing folks. Let's say maybe the mercs get, one good hit on a predator and they kill him. Because they're notoriously tough up until the end of a movie. And then they just drop dead. They always get killed. So I want to have one guy get killed, but it's like sort of like I don't want to say a fluke, but like a really lucky shot. Like the guy, he's getting, I don't know, something happens and he just lets off a grenade or something like that, and it just lands right in the predator's stomach, because they never have armor here. It's always up on their chest and their arms and everything. They always have that soft belly exposed because they're fucking stupid. Or brave, I don't know, or crazy. But yeah, so let's say a fucking grenade goes and hits one of the predators in the stomach. Boom! Blows him all the way up, dude. There's bright green shit all over the place. The predators are like, holy shit, dude, they got one of our guys. Let's get him. Chasing him down. Now we're kind of winding down to the last of our little crew. There's a couple guys left. Shit's going to hell. Both ships are fucked, you know what I mean? Everything's on fire. Stuff is crazy. And, Hudson's sister, and this is one of the scenes I kind of made up in my head, she fucking pulls out her communicator type thing, starts typing in some shit. Bing bong, bing bing boom. Like on the Twitter, and she's doing something. And these guys are like, "What the fuck, dude? Like, we're all about to die. Like, there's predators and aliens all over the place. Everybody's killing everybody. We're fucked. Like, we need to, beat feet or do whatever and get out of here." And they're behind a door, right? Well, and there's fire and stuff, or they're kind of near a door. So after she's done doing whatever she's doing, that door starts to slowly open up. And guess who is behind that door? None other than, I don't know, let's say 5 or 6 fucking Terminators, dude. T-800 style. They don't have to look like Schwarzenegger. I was thinking maybe have one of them kind of look like Schwarzenegger, but the other ones can just look however they look, because he's starting to get old. He can't do it anymore. But, there's a guy, an actor, his name is Roland Kickinger. He's buff, dude. He's done, he was in Terminator, I think he was in Terminator Salvation as that CGI Arnold, in fact. They used his body and they put Arnold's face on him. I don't know if he was in the last one, but he's definitely in Salvation. Anyways, get him. Have one Terminator in the back that kind of looks like Arnold, you know what I mean? And just kind of have him as a little cameo or whatever. Anyways, yeah. Fucking Terminators, dude. So now we have aliens, colonial marines, wey-yu, of course, predators, and then boom, dude, Terminators come in for the win, man. They walk in, they got their fucking laser guns from the first movie, and they have their skin on them at this point, right? So they look human, and they're walking in, and they rescue the last couple of mercenaries, Hudson's sister and whoever else is left, maybe nobody, maybe like 1 or 2 other guys, I don't know. Vasquez's sister too. Let's say she's with, they're the last, maybe 2 or 3 people. So the fucking Terminators walk in, dude, do, and they just start laying waste to all of it. You know what I mean? They're killing the aliens, they're killing the predator, because they're fucking robots, dude, and they got automatic aiming, and they're so good. And they're Terminators, so they're terminating everything except the 2 people. Because let's say the wey-yu guys, they're all dead by now, so yeah, they fucking come in, and then the aliens kind of start fighting them, and the acid's spraying everywhere because they're shooting everything. You kind of start to see them melting a little bit, and maybe there's like an android, on board, and he's like, "Holy fuck, dude, these guys too? Like, I thought I was the only one, like David or something, or Bishop." And so they're like, "Ah, damn, there's all kinds of fake people running around, synths, if you don't mind." I think that's the preferred nomenclature. Synthetic human. But yeah, Terminators come in. That's like the final kind of scene, or not the final scene, but like the last of the cool big reveals. Fucking sick battle. They come in, they pull the mercenaries and Hudson's sister and Vasquez and all that shit. Pull them out, cover them. Maybe a couple of Terminators run in, and because they're Terminators, so they can just stand there and they can fight both the aliens and the predators, right? And I was thinking of having a cool scene where, as they're kind of running away from that battle, maybe a predator kind of jumps down in front because he's like, "Ah, I'm gonna fucking kill you," and he's got his little things, and a fucking like Terminator skeleton hand just rams through the back of him, dude, and like, gets blood everywhere, pulls it out, predator dies. Come with me if you want to live. Boom, they get out, they get on a little spaceship thing that's, around the area, because there's always drop ships and stuff like that. They hop into one of those things, and they're out, man, and they won. And, maybe 1 or 2 of the Terminators are staying behind to keep them covered and stuff, because they're fucking robots, dude. They're not people. You don't need to, like... They could stay. They'll be alright. And, yeah, that's it. Pretty much. Like I said, loose story, you know what I mean? Nothing crazy. Probably not very good, but that's just kind of the idea that I had in my head. And like I said, it's in honor of Alien Day, which was yesterday. I missed it. Yeah. I think maybe next time I want to talk about an idea that I had for like a cool video game that incorporates all that stuff too. I'd like it to be, I'll wait till the next video. I don't want to give it all away right now. But the idea I have is pretty rad and probably impossible, because video games are seemingly hard to make, or they're hard to make well, since there's so many shitty ones out there. But yeah, I guess that's it. Happy Alien Day. I hope you go see Alien Covenant when it comes out, because I'm probably gonna. or I won't.